Hello, everyone. Apologies for technical difficulties as I learned how to switch screens. And in all honesty, I can't really see everything because my wife is kind of sitting halfway in my spot. So
It's my fault. Do you see?
The microphone is in my way. Yes, it is. Hey, we got somebody here from Los Angeles. We are, well, all right, we're not actually in the city of Los Angeles. We're in what they call the greater Los Angeles area. But we live where...
Inland Empire.
Yeah. Okay, that's the greater Los Angeles area. But we live in the area of the Inland Empire, so we don't live where it's quite as smelly or congested, but it's still plenty smelly and plenty congested.
Longview, Texas. Where's Longview?
I have no idea. Hi, I relationship tuning in from the Bay Area. Sweet. We're in the Bay Area because we are both from the Bay Area, so we have large networks. Longview. I don't know where that is, Gary. Where is Longview? We lived in Arizona for a while, but we don't know where that is. Hello from Arizona. Got lots of friends in Arizona too. Dallas, Texas in the house. Hello there, Elizabeth. And from India, of course. Nice to see you. And where are you from, Errol? I hope I said that right. And from Melbourne, Australia. Yeah, that's awesome.
We need to go there.
Yeah, well, I really want to spend about a month between New Zealand and Australia sometime. Hopefully in the near future. San Jose. Yeah, I went to San Jose State. Spartans in the house right here. And I lived in San Jose and all that good stuff. So graduated high school in Sunnyvale. My wife graduated from
Mountain View.
Well, yeah, it's Mountain View. I was going to say Saratoga.
Yeah, I grew up in Saratoga.
That's where you were supposed to go, but you didn't. So it is what it is. What are you talking about today? Well,
what do you want us to talk about?
I'm glad you asked. So what is this show? This show is, a few things. You want to tell them what it's about?
Business. Your business, my business. See, don't put me on the spot.
All right, let me help you out. It's business to business sales. It's business to consumer sales. We talk about MLM because my wife runs Sensi, so we always have a product feature of the week that we're going to go over, and then we like to embarrass each other. I have no idea why. So I got this great idea. Since many of you know me, and you don't know my wife as well. Let her tell an anecdotal story once a week to kind of embarrass me. I don't know, but not too much, right? Still,
it's just funny stories.
It's funny stories from our past, but
they're
going to paint me in a bad light. That is what it is. All right. So last week she told the tennis ball story, and in that story we kind of like hinted at this thing we call the 27 story, which is a midlife crisis thing for me. Anyways, I was talking about it earlier today when I did my interview of Sosha Tap's CEO, who happened to be a former Bronco, which is crazy because I'm a lifelong Raiders fan from the Bay Area, of course, right? So anyways, we hinted at that midlife crisis and that. So what my wife's going to tell that story, and we're going to answer questions. So if you want to know, we've been married 20 years. We have 8 kids, hence the name 8 is Enough. Or in the graphics, hang on a second while I switch. You guys could see this. If you look really closely, you could see in the background a step and repeat strive for 9. So 8 is Enough comes from a retort, a smart ass retort, nonetheless, from my wife.
From me?
Yeah, from you, smarty pants. So what I started the hashtag strive for 9, and boy, was I proud of myself. I thought that's clever. And then my wife hits me with, like a mic drop, really. 8 is enough. And what are you going to do? So,
and this has gone on for a good few years.
6 years. 6 years we've been doing this now.
Because our baby is 6 years old. So
and my really good friend, Professor Pete Alexander, is also a lifetime Raiders fan, and I always got to give him props whenever I see him. If you are stressed out. Oh my goodness, who isn't, right? Professor Pete Alexander has hundreds, over 100 free tips. I said free, my favorite price. Right? Free is my favorite price. Free tips on his website. And I will let him share that link in the comments here because I don't have it handy at my fingertips, brother. But if you want to share it, go ahead. And 8, yes, ocho. We would say that in Texas, ocho, right? We have 8. And in full disclosure, I was kind of hoping for more. But my wife is a quitter. What are you going to do?
You know what?
Here we go.
I'm dressed up for a date tonight.
I'm ready, baby. I'm taking you out.
I dressed up tonight thinking, well, you know what? It's sort of like that, you build it, it will come. Like if I get ready, maybe we'll go. So
yeah, we'll go. Sandra, we could talk about this. We could talk about this in a couple different ways. The first thing I would say is for marketing, make sure you go to bowmandigitalmedia.com. I'm going to put that up in the banner or a little, wrong one. Sorry. That's my other website. I have a few websites, believe it or not. I own 3. So bowmandigitalmedia.com. What I want you to do is go there. Again, this is all free stuff. So you can get this help for free. Go to bowmandigitalmedia.com. I have a page. It's called Marketing Mondays. It's a tab, right? So go to Bowman Digital Media. Go over to the Marketing Mondays tab. On that, oh my goodness, every Monday I have new people. They're all marketing professionals. They come on and we talk about different aspects of marketing. A lot of what we talk about are free tips for digital marketing. We do talk about traditional marketing and things like that too, but you can absorb a lot of information there for free. The other thing I have on there on the bottom, I didn't create its own page, so it doesn't have a tab, but I call it I to the third. In fact, I did one earlier today. And it's industry interviews by Ira. I'm very clever with my names. I third. Anyways, industry interviews by Ira. I interview CEOs of companies that have either established, like the very first one I did was with Jeffrey Stern. He's the CEO of Voice Express, but you guys, most of you will probably know him from, they're the founder of the voice. They create the voice that goes inside the Build-A-Bears. And we sold like 50 million units of those things. So tons and tons of people have utilized the technology from Voice Express, but you may not recognize the company name. Anyways, that's Voice Express CEO Jeffrey Stern. And then today there's a brand new, I've been calling it an app. And actually now I'm thinking maybe I've misnamed this thing. I don't know. But anyways, it's software. If you're familiar with Linktree, it's very similar to Linktree. It'll help you with your SEO. It'll help people find you wherever you are online. For example, my wife has a Scentsy business. That's her page, right? It's her website. She could load that. And so I haven't created it, but I'm about to create one for her later tonight. We're going to have a social tap is what it's called. I'll bring it up in a minute. But anyways, we'll bring that up. Stuff like that, you can find that for free. All over my LinkedIn, all over, my YouTube channel. There's lots of advice. And then, of course, I do coaching. So if you're interested in signing up for a coaching session or you need some help creating a website or you want someone to manage your social media efforts, that's what I do for a living. So hopefully that helps you guys. Question or lovey marks there. Thank you. You're too kind, Ira Bowman. Yes. So there you go. Click on that link. It's there in the comments for LinkedIn. And we got a few people watching us on LinkedIn. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you need that link, let me know.
Does he have special tips for moms?
He has tips for everybody. Yeah.
That'd be good.
It's really, it's kind of like if you're feeling stressed out in any kind, he helps you relax and he gives you all kinds of different tips on how to do it. Because obviously certain things work with different people. One of the tips that he had was to take a walk. And as you know, I've been taking lots of walks lately. So he and I have been talking about
I was thinking about my hashtag crazy Scentsy mom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's not the girls gone wild crazy. It's more like in the corner, walking back and forth.
Oh yeah,
fetal position crazy.
It's lost. So, it's I've given up hope because my husband and children have beaten me down crazy. That's the crazy that you're talking about. A little spittle coming from the side of her face because she's wore out. So let's see. Hi everyone. Hello, Rana. Nice to see you here. Okay, so let's do this. I want to start with we kind of have, I think we've covered in some good detail so far the MLM, right? And a lot of people, they hear MLM, just some, to cover my basis again, they hear MLM, they think pyramid scheme, and it's completely separate. They're very different. Pyramid schemes are illegal, and MLM sales companies are actually not only legal, they're a great way for people to step into business ownership, entrepreneurship, if you will, without creating a product, without having to manage a bunch of marketing campaigns and things like that. You kind of have a ready-made product, ready-made distribution, and a way that you can jump into business. Actually, very affordable. Is it still $49?
No.
Okay.
No, it's regularly $99.
It's $99 right now, but a lot of times.
Sometimes we have a $49.
Yeah.
But actually, I usually can at least get you a $59 deal as well. And so if you're interested in that, I can usually hook you up. So.
Okay. So anyone outside can use this PeteXalender.com, right, blog. And yes, many of the tips work for moms. She probably needs it more than most of us, Professor Pete, but I don't want to say why, because I'm a great husband. Anyhow, back to the MLM stuff. So MLM really considers, or two things are required, really. Okay, and it's companies like Avon, it's companies like Tupperware, it's companies like Scentsy. My wife is a Scentsy dealer, and there's all kinds of others. Okay, so one common thing for all MLMs, you have to recruit and you have to sell to really be successful. You can do either or and be okay, but to really climb, like to be a director level, for example, you have to do both. You can't,
And I like the term sponsor, truthfully.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's a kinder way to say it. But really, you have to do both. You have to build your team.
You have to build a team.
You have to build your team. You have to constantly, you know what I mean? And it can't just be like they sign up and do nothing. Mm-hmm. Like people have to sign up and actually like work their business.
That's where the sponsoring comes in.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
people.
Training, teaching, hand-holding, setting a good example, being a shoulder to cry on, and support system when things are tough, which, in any business, if you're going to be a business owner, you're going to face challenges, right? So anyways, part of the show every week, we are going to do a product segment, like a spotlight, if you will. And so today we're doing
that now?
Yeah, let's do it now. We're going to do drum roll, please.
Well, I wanted to show, sorry, I'm off camera.
That's good.
I wanted to show a little bit of our kids' products.
Hello. Have you guys seen Monsters Inc? Do you know who that is?
And this one, I haven't decided if I'm going to give it to our son, Ira.
Oh, I don't think so. He's a little
He really wants this one.
Anyone named Ira?
So this was actually a special release that we had November, and I still have him left. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to be a nice mom. Maybe for his birthday.
2219.
He's in love with these little paws.
Or the 2319.
Yeah, 2319.
Sorry.
And you actually look at the detail that Scentsy puts. There's the 2319. If you know what that means, there's the little
it's on
sock.
There? I thought I was being clever.
No. So, and they come with a scent pack. So there's a little zipper pouch.
So it has an aroma to it. Yes. It's not just a plush
All
toy.
Our products are scented. So there's a little zipper pouch that you get the scent pack that goes in there. They smell great. And he's super soft.
Cross-branding opportunity here. Because you can open that toy up, you could actually put a Voice Express plush buddy in there and give it a voice. I know, crazy, but you could. You could even like play the Pixar. It's Pixar? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Pixar.
Okay, so you could play the Pixar movie and record the part where Sully's talking, and when they squeeze it, it would make the noise. Now that's not a Scentsy thing. That's a Ira special idea. Yeah, that's an idea to make it better.
But yeah, so we have these buddies. This one was a special release. Like I said, we have lots of special, especially our Disney ones. We have lots of little special releases. We've had Nightmare Before Christmas. We've actually had some Star Wars one, and they are so soft. Kids love them. Even my oldest daughter just went to college. She got a Lion King Simba buddy, and she was walking around the house like with it. I'm like, oh, my baby's still a baby. But also,
we had a mic, right?
Yeah, there is a mic. There is a mic. I didn't bring them both out, so there is a Mike Wazowski as well. Once again, those were.
And in full disclosure, I'm the Mike Wazowski of the family because I'm short, round, and funny. At least I try to be.
But along with the big ones, we had these little ones.
So tiny.
And I'm sorry, I don't have like a lot of
He's half off the camera.
These were special release as well around Christmas. And these are little buddy clips, and they're pre-scented, and they smell good.
You put them on like backpacks, and
purses. You can hang them in your car too. Lots of.
Are we allowed to talk prices?
If I remember them, so it depends on the buddy.
Okay, so if we own these, you could make us a deal. Like, hey, I'll give you.
Well, these are no longer available. If you want one, I can probably find you one.
But we own these, so I mean, we could sell them from our personal collection, can't we? No,
possibly,
maybe.
So,
we're willing to make a deal.
Yeah. I think he was 40. I can't remember. It depends on the buddy. He's pretty big.
He's big.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like a foot.
Foot long. And they come, like I said, with the scent pack.
Yeah.
And usually our buddy clips are
that's
15, but I think this one was 18.
And these are official Disney products, right? It's not like, you're buying something
they are high quality.
Yeah, something that's like a lookalike. And if you have ever bought Disney products, you know that they have pretty high standards. If you're gonna put the Disney name on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? First of all, it's fully licensed and all that stuff. So, it's legit.
I've even actually seen some partnerships with Disney that I don't think they've even come as close, because Scentsy does have that. Just they want it spot on, perfect, and then partnering with Disney,
we talked about
they knock it out of the park.
We talked about it last time. Like, if you're a huge NFL person or a huge hockey person, it's NBA too, or is it NHL?
No,
it's
NHL.
Okay, NHL and NFL. And what's the other one? College football. They have NCAA.
No, we don't have it anymore. So it comes in and out. We did have the Major League for a while. We don't right now, but we've got some football. I think they're coming back. So that's like a newer partnership as well as the NHL. So,
well, the Raiders one is behind me, just in case anybody's curious. I do have that one.
So, but these are I have adults that buy these too, that collect them.
I think adults are more likely to buy them because kids don't have $40. But you adults do.
Yeah, they're great gifts.
They are great gifts. Okay. So anyways, there you go. Scentsy is more than just warmers and wax. I mean, we got the cleaning stuff, which I actually love it. If you're asking me what I use, what Scentsy do I use? I don't use, I'm the one who turns the warmers off, baby, because I like the power bill. Wait, I don't like the power bill. That's why I turn them off.
They don't cost that much.
I know, but psychologically they do. And so I turn them off. But I wash a lot of dishes around here, and I absolutely love the dish soap, and I use the hand soap all the time too, right? I mean, I'm using. Yeah. So
I need to get you on the counter clean.
I don't do counters. Actually, every once in a while I do. So in our house, because we have 8 kids, right? 6 of them still live here. 2 of them are fled the coop. We have the house chores, the kitchen broken down into 5 sections. I typically help with the dishwashing one, but part of that station, I know it's weird, but I don't know why I'm talking about this, but anyways, maybe it's interesting to somebody. We do the back of the sink and where the dishes sit when they're dirty. That is actually the responsibility of the person washing the dishes. Anyways, in case you were curious how we run our life with 8 kids.
And I'm the chef. And so I don't do as much of the cleanup.
She doesn't have to. Yeah, a lot of times if she wants, like last night, we wanted to, because our daughter was leaving for Florida, we wanted to have ice cream. So she...
And movie.
Yeah, we watched the movie Soul.
Yeah.
Man, anyways, it was okay. But so she did a lot of dishes when she was doing the prep.
And I did all the dishes after.
You did do all the dishes after.
Because I want to rock them out. Because when you expect kids to do it,
I'm doing your dishes tonight.
It takes a long time.
Did you know that?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's open.
I don't know. We could go through Taco Bell if you want. I'm fine any which way. So let's see. What do we got here? We got some nice, and we got You're My Dream Couple. I don't know about that.
Has 8 kids. His maternal and grand.
There you go. Yeah, the kids. We got the kids in spades, right? I don't know who this is. Hey, Ira. Oh, that's Denrick. Denrick is on a group with me with Sam Gupta and Corey Warfield and a bunch of other folks. Bob Feathers, just off the top of my head. Anyways, it was cool. I was on that networking event earlier today. And so if you're like anywhere where 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern is a good networking time for you, send me a message because I'd be glad to get you an invitation to join this thing. It's really cool. It was about 15 people in there today, and we're doing like elevator pitch introductions and then just having fun. Some people are drinking because they're off work. It's 2 o'clock for me. So even if I was drinking, I wouldn't be drinking.
5 o'clock somewhere.
It is 5 o'clock in the East Coast. A lot of them are from Canada too. So that's kind of cool. So it's a Canada, US mostly group. But
I'll take the scent pack.
yeah, because otherwise I'll steal it. Not really, but it might get lost on my, it might get lost in my desk here. But anyways, Denrick is, I just got confused. This is what happens with my brain, guys. I'm not as smart as I used to be. I'm gonna move on. Bertus says, great to virtually meet your wife. Now, Bertus is somebody I actually just signed up as a client a couple weeks ago. He's got Bloomrock Partners. If you have not signed up with Bloomrock Partners, I'm actually going to type this in the comments if you're on LinkedIn. What I want you to do, if you'll do me a favor, go follow this account. It is super cool. Let me tell you why. Why you want to follow Bertus, connect with Bertus, and follow these guys, Bloomrock Partners. Why? Because what they do is they will review, let's say, for example, you want to get lower healthcare, or you want to make sure you're being, you want to make sure that you're not being overcharged for your healthcare, right? So you run a company, you're offering healthcare plan, or you've got a copier service or any type of like bills, regular bills, contracts that you want to evaluate. They can evaluate and let you know, like, hey, you're getting a good deal, or here's some line items where you could renegotiate with your current vendors, or if you want, here's a suggestion on another vendor that might give you a better deal completely.
That's pretty cool.
They don't charge for that part. They only charge if you follow their advice and save, and then it's based on the savings, how much you would pay. But the evaluations are free. Well, look, I was in the print business for a long time, so I probably don't need help with my printer copier contract reviews, but I don't know a dang thing about health insurance, right? My wife will tell you, amen to that. He doesn't know anything. So in fact, sometimes she does the work and I think I did it.
True story.
True,
recently.
True story.
Like I spent hours on that.
Yeah, so did I thought, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Anyways, moving along. Bloomrock Partners can help you. You can check out, Bertus just put up, well, I helped edit it. But anyways, we just put up a video explaining something for taxes. Did you know it's tax season? Corporate tax season, I know. So anyways, you could go there and check that out. Thanks for the shout out. Hey, thanks for your business, my friend. I mean, that's a win-win for me. So check that out. I'm super excited. Check this out. On LinkedIn, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. We were at 6 followers, right? Just getting the page off the ground. Did you know we have added 200 followers in the last 10 days? I think that's amazing. So, but I don't understand. Oh, Karen was on. Karen, she's in, I think it's MPS. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it WPS or MPS? I have dyslexia. I mess up my letters and my numbers all the time. But it's an acronym with Sam Gupa. Anyways, Karen was on there too. Karen is a CPA for Chase out of Chicago, and she's looking to work with small and medium business owners. So, man, hopefully you guys get some business out of that. Karen, feel free to put your business link in there or anything that you want to share in the comments. I'll be happy to put it up. Thank you, Surrender. We appreciate the love, man. This is what it's all about. We're trying to make people smile. We're trying to give you some information that's actionable that you can help. For example, now I'm going to bring this in only because I think this is something that every single one of you should employ. I'm going to start with mine, and then I'm going to take you a little bit backwards. So let me share my screen. I shared this earlier in the interview. But this right here, okay, so the name of the business, it's SocioTap. So everything in the word social except the L, T-A-P, is in Pluto, not tab. Tap, right? Okay. And then what you do is you create this profile. You can spend $6 a month on it if you want, or you can go with the free version. And there are advantages to both we can talk about in a minute if you want. But here's why I'm suggesting it. If you're familiar with Linktree, watch this. If I click on this, it takes me to my Instagram page, and you can follow me right there, right? You no longer have to guess, where are people at? My Facebook, my YouTube, my Twitter, my LinkedIn, my Pinterest, and guess what? Also, my website. And this is what I was talking about for your SEO. So without spending a dime, you can go to sociotap.com, and let me just pull it up here. So you can go here and you can create this for free, $0 per month, get unlimited links, boost everything that you got for free. It lets you use the social media icons. It lets you add your website. It lets you do a text or phone link, SEO page, front color editor, meaning that you can kind of brand it, right? And that's all free. And then if you want to spend $6 a month, and this is not one of those things where you got to buy the whole year. You can go month by month for $6. It's not like a gotcha price where a lot of those things, they show you a monthly fee, but then they charge you by the year. You can try this for $6. And if it doesn't work for you, you can go back down to the free plan. But look at all the stuff that you can do for $6 a month. It's insane. You can add your custom logo. You can add videos. You can do internal text pages. What does that mean? You can save like a PDF, a spreadsheet, a Word doc, anything like that. It's awesome. You can have a sub link page, which means you can have a sub menu. You can upload your links to a file. You can get statistics. This is, to me, this thing is awesome. You can have e-commerce website for $6 a month. In other words, if my wife wanted to load, now we can't do that because it goes against Cincy policy, but let's say I wanted to load a thing for one of my courses, and let's say it's $25 for the course. They actually could pay me through this before they have access to the course. So describe the course, advertise the course. Here's the link. If you want to get access to it, you got to pay me. You can pay me right through this website. $6 a month. I don't know anything else that will allow you to do that. It is awesome.
It's your newest thing you're geeking out about.
I am geeking out about it. So anyways, that's why I'm showing you guys. Because look, again, do the free one if nothing else. And make it so, let me show you again one more time, so that everybody can find you on all your social medias and your personal website or your business LinkedIn page. Burtis at Bloomrock, I'm talking to you, brother, right? All this is free. This is free SEO boosting. If you guys know anything about me, you know I'm always trying to help you build your networks all over the place, right? So that's the deal. It's called Social Tap, social without the L. I'm going to put that in the comments. And I just interviewed the CEO of the company earlier today on my show called I to the Third, which is Industry Interviews by Ira. Check it out. His name is Harold Hasselback. He's from London. He lived in South Africa, and he moved then to the United States. He was a professional football player. He played for my rival team, the Broncos. The only ones I hate more are the Chiefs. Sorry if any of you are fans of those teams, but
he doesn't hate you.
I don't hate you. I just hate your team, and I root against you every time you play. But other than that, let's be friends. So I interviewed this guy, and I teased him, and then I found out he's a defensive end. So that means he's like 6'7" or something like this. And he played in 2 Super Bowls. He played with Elway and Terrell Davis. I mean, what are you going to do? Anyways, he played in the NFL for 11 years. He played for the Broncos for 8. So check it out. He's a very nice guy, very humble guy too. I really liked it. So check out that interview. They don't really have a LinkedIn business page yet, but they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram. You can follow them and all that stuff. So, and they have their own social tap. So if you go socialtap/social tap, you'll find all their connections. But there you go. If you guys have any questions about that, let me know. If you're ready, without further ado, my wife is we're going to transition. These are so smooth. I need to get like little graphics or something. And now the embarrassing story of the day.
Oh.
Okay. So again, my wife is not trying to be a jerk. This is part of the show. She's gonna tell you guys the story that we have given the moniker 27. So without further ado.
And you can tell stories about me, possibly. I'm just not as funny.
Well, you said it, not me. Actually, you're probably more politically correct and you have more couth and you don't come across as a butthole sometimes like I do.
All right.
Here we go.
So 27. So a couple years ago.
Yeah, in a galaxy far, far away in Ohio.
My husband was turning 27.
In Ohio.
In Ohio.
There. Right?
Yeah. Many, many years ago. Well, okay. I'm sorry. A couple years ago. And he turned 27 and he went through like a whole midlife crisis over 27.
Full on midlife crisis.
Like he was depressed and like, oh my gosh, I'm 27 and I was like,
What's the big
what
deal?
is your problem? Like, get over it. You're 27.
And I'm like, just wait.
Yeah. And yeah, he kept saying, oh, just wait. Because I'm just a few months after him. Just wait. You'll see. You'll see. Oh, I hit the mic.
Yeah, don't do that.
You'll see. 27. Oh, it's, he was just ridiculous. So my birthday came, and being the loving,
Supportive?
thoughtful husband.
Yeah, very.
The gifts I got. Okay, look, my eye twitches just thinking about it.
This is where the drool comes in, Professor Pete.
I got, let's see, a cane with a honker, with
An awesome cane. It wasn't just a cheap one. It was expensive, and she threw it away. Well, I'm giving away the story, but anyways, sorry.
Well, I got a cane with a honker, because don't we all, when we're 27, need a cane with a honker? And you know,
there were times when I did.
That's true. You weren't quite. You're a couple years older. And what else? I got reading glasses, which I probably should have kept.
Joke's on you, sucker!
But that was more like 40, right?
Right.
And what else? I got reading glasses, the cane.
I got you some other stuff. It's geriatric stuff.
It was all geriatric.
Oh, yeah.
It was all, and especially like when you're tight with money and you don't have a lot of money.
Oh,
what you really, really want is.
We were broke.
Yeah.
Let's not beat around the bush.
What I really wanted was.
I was selling cars.
I
was selling cars. Or no, I just switched back over to South Point.
Yeah, you would start, but.
Okay,
yeah.
so I was making like 42 grand a year, guys. You know what I mean? Like, and we had how many kids at the time? 5, 4, 3, 2.
No, it was either 2 or 1.
No,
We probably just had our second.
It was definitely 2 because 2000.
Oh yeah, 2.
Kristen,
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah.
And then Marley in 2004.
2004.
No, 2002.
2002.
2.
And RJ's 2004.
Yeah, so we had, right?
Did we have 3?
I think we had 3.
We had 2.
Anyways, don't ask us.
And so, but oh my gosh, if you had seen this guy, he was so upset over turning 27. Like 40 did not faze him.
I was talking about this today.
Like 27.
Karen and Diedrich, they can attest if they're still around. I was actually talking about that in this networking event that I was talking about earlier today with Sam Gupta. It's easier on me now in my mid 40s than it was. I don't know what it was. It was just something like I wasn't happy with my life. I wasn't happy with what was going on. I guess. I mean, it was just it was really
ridiculous.
Tough. I was no longer a kid. I think. You know what I mean? Like I've always been immature, I guess, in some ways. In a lot of ways, I still am. Anyways, don't judge me. But at 27, it was like, okay, well, you're not a kid anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, but. Truthfully, I was a little bit irritated because, when your birthday comes, you don't want a cane and a bunch of stuff that's even
validation that I told that story.
Yes.
All right.
So it went in the closet for a little bit.
Did it?
And finally.
No, it was not.
And he thought it was so funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
He thought it was so funny.
I'm good. I'm funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, like that movie, the what's the one that kids love? You're so funny. You're so funny. That with The Rock.
Oh,
Jumanji, the new Jumanji, and she's like, "You're so funny, huh? Trying to be, yeah, you're so funny."
That's the newest one. I've only seen.
No, that's the second. That's the newer first of the first ones, or the first of the newer ones.
I think I've only seen it one time. That's why I don't know. I know most of the animated movies pretty well.
Well, especially the ones when our kids were really little.
Oh, yeah.
And we used to have the video player in the car.
I still like to touch the butt.
And
Strive for 9. There's a reason why. Never mind.
But I just used to put the videos in, and so like I don't even know what the movies look like. I just knew.
Oh no, we knew every word. Like what's the Halloween one? The haunted house one. I never saw
Monster House.
Yeah, I'd never seen it for like a decade, but I knew every single word. All we needed is 1/4 a gallon of chocolate milk and an adult diaper.
Right. Yeah. Okay. We hit a new level. So.
Hey, you want to know what it's like to have 8 kids? That's what it's like. You don't get to watch the movies. You get to drive your car and listen to them. I missed that. That was the Honda Odyssey, our favorite vehicle ever.
Yeah, and then I had to trade it in for the big old.
Well, it's because you kept having babies. But what was cool?
I did, yeah.
What was cool about that one? So my wife, pumpkin seats, right? Because we had twins. We went from 3 to 5. So pumpkin seats with the twins. In the Odyssey, you could open the doors automatically with the remote. And we had the DVD to like entertain them. So then we went from that line. That was awesome. Trim level is what they call that in the car business. So that trim level was phenomenal. When we stepped up, because we ran out of seats, we got to have a place for everybody. I mean, it's not like the old days where they had to ride on the floor in the back of the station wagon. You know what I mean? Or the back of the pickup truck. Hello, none of us died. We made it through the 70s and 80s. Why did we have to have so many safety rules? I don't know. But anyways, so everybody has to have a legal seat. I mean, the government is very picky.
You are not politically correct right now.
I know. I'm just kidding for all of you like Karens out there. Just,
yeah, he's actually quite anal about his kids' safety.
Just chill. Just chill, Karen. Okay, here we go. So we go from the Odyssey minivan where we have to get the next level up. We could have technically gone to like a Suburban or a 9, but I'm like, that's stupid because
he wants to strive for 9.
So. I can't get my hands off her, obviously. So I'm like, well, we're just gonna go full size van. So we start looking at 12 passenger, 13 passenger, and 15 passenger vans. Well, at the time, our options were really limited because the Mercedes one that everybody has now wasn't out. And when it first came out, anyways, it was like $100 and something thousand. I don't have that. So we bought the $40,000 full size van.
And the Nissan was new that year.
My mom is a liar. Look, I remember coming from.
It was legal back then.
I was in kindergarten.
She didn't say she kept you safe. She said she kept you legal.
Right. Well, okay. So I'm going to tell a quick story, though, because we moved from Fairfield to Vegas when I was 5 years old. I remember coming back in the back of, what was that? A Rabbit? Whatever it was called. But it was like a little car truck thing. And they had us all bundled up. We were warm. We were good. Everybody was happy. But no seatbelt. It was like the back of a truck. And I rode in the back of pickup trucks most of my childhood. And I thought it was awesome. But anyways, I digress. Here we go. And that's my mother, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, now
I don't know if you heard this, Robin Baxter, but I said safe and happy, and I survived the 70s and 80s. No problems. Oh my God. I wouldn't let myself do half of what I did as a child now, but it's a different era. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
All right.
So I drive a big, sexy.
Oh, we call it Moto Moto.
Once again, from a kid's movie.
From Madagascar.
Mm-hmm.
A for
Madagascar. 2.
A for me knowing that because you're so nice. I'd like to say it twice, right? Something like that. All right. So full size van, but our options were the Ford or the Chevy. That's really all we had. Price range and option wise, that's all we could afford. And that's what it was. So it came down to grocery space. I really liked the Ford better, but it had no grocery space. And so we bought the Chevy.
Yeah.
And it's been a good vehicle for us.
And what did I drive when we first met?
I couldn't afford that thing. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to acknowledge that you
drove a Corvette convertible. Whatever. And now I drive this huge.
You know, you wanted to be with me in my Geo Prism.
That's right. With that stripe on the side.
Sexy, feminine stripes on the side. Whatever. Don't judge.
You thought they were cool.
I did think they were cool. I liked them because I liked the graphics. And it had some purple in it. And that's why everybody thought it was feminine. But whatever. I was ahead of my time. That's all I could say. So what are we talking about now? I don't know. How much time we got? Okay, we got 20 minutes. So here's the deal. If you have questions for my wife or me, business to business sales, business to consumer sales, anything social media related, anything parenting related, absolutely. You know, it's funny. People say this like this is a revelation to us. Like, yeah, we get it. That's where the hashtag came from. That's what made it so funny, honestly. And it's a little bit ahead of our time, but not really. We still watched that show. It wasn't like,
I remember it.
It wasn't like
coming down the stairs.
Yeah, it wasn't like our favorite show as kids because it's like I said, we were a little bit young. That was really a hit before we were.
Well, see, and for me, I came from a big family.
And you were
you're
the youngest.
And I did relate to the Brady Bunch because I was one of 6.
Yeah.
And 8 is enough of it. So. Yeah.
So my mom, she had 4, right? So I was one of 4, and I was 3 of 4. But we were known a lot of the times because my mom married a man by the name of Bill Taylor, who was awesome anyways. So her initials were RAT. So we were called the Rat Pack for a while. I thought that was clever. And if you know Vegas history, which was where I grew up, that was an actual band, right? Sammy Davis Jr.
I think I'd
Frank
rather be the
Sinatra.
Rat Pack than the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, the Rat Pack was cool. That was a cool nickname. We should bring that back. Tim, if you're watching, I don't think Carol and Carrie watch me at all, but my sisters don't support me on social media. I don't think they use
stop.
social media, honestly. Yeah. But my brother, you all know my brother. He's around. I don't know how much he watches the show, but yeah. So yeah, we know. But Strive for 9. If you search out that hashtag, I own that sucker. Like I took it. But you know who I took it from? And I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't even know they used it. Kentucky Wildcats, for the longest time, because of their basketball team, had a hashtag Strive for 9. And so sometimes you'll see Kentucky Wildcat stuff on there, but it's really mine. I own it because I'm a social media guy. That's what I do.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no problem. So I don't know what else to talk about. Maybe we'll end early. We did. It was challenging. We could talk about this. Our daughter headed back to college today. That was hard on us, but really more so on our youngest. Because why? We call our second child, Marley, is like what we call our Sue mommy.
Like sous chef.
I don't know who came up with that, if that was you or me or where that came.
I think I did.
I don't know where it came from, but anyways, that's what we call her. And it's very apt because Marlena, for the longest time, really was the stand-in. Anytime Alicia was with a client or gone or
laid up with surgery or something,
whatever, in the hospital giving birth to another one,
Well, no, because she's the last one.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, before, yeah.
She was there to help. Even when we had babysitters, obviously we had babysitters, right? But you know what I mean? But she
wasn't even, and she stayed with me in the hospital when the last one was born.
For Debbie, yeah.
Yeah, because he went home. We didn't have somebody watching the kids.
Yeah, it was a little bit different situation because we've had so many. It's like, yeah, you should be good now. You don't need us.
Yeah, so she stayed with me. Good memories. But yeah, so
did she bring a tennis ball?
No, she did not bring a tennis ball. Well, she wasn't in labor though.
That's true.
You were there for the labor.
I didn't bring a tennis ball. I got all that grief.
That once.
I got grief. I was a rookie.
Yeah. Well, but there was, we still.
Shut up. That's another story for another day. We get one. Look, this is good marriage advice. It's okay to tease, but don't let it go too far. You know what I mean? You got to.
Oh, man, I can't unload everything that you've done in the last 20 years.
Right. And in full disclosure, there's one story that we're just not going to touch because.
He still gets mad.
Honestly, I still get a little ass. I get a little red in the face still. So it's the cake story. Maybe someday when I grow up for real, but probably not. Okay. So.
What about business? We haven't talked much about.
Yeah, business to business sales advice. So one of the things I would love to talk to you guys about, blessings and regards. Okay. Thank you. One thing I'll talk to you all about, this is just strategy 101. And I've got a poll going right now on LinkedIn if you want to answer this, but the question that I asked, and it's for a point. Thank you, Bertus. It's for a point, and here it is. If you are reaching out to folks on social media or via email, it doesn't really matter. If you're using any type of automation or if you're using any type of templates, let's say that way, okay? If you're going off a template, you want to make sure that you're not using anything that's outside, like from the box, right? You open the box, you pull it out, and there's your products. So I know of lots of different products, CRMs that have it, apps that you can buy that have it, suggested messages for reach outs. You don't want to use any of those. Why? Because the person you're sending it to doesn't live inside a vacuum and they get messages from other folks. And if you're using standard messages, the odds are they're getting that same message from other people. And you don't want to come across as impersonal, insincere, or the worst case is that you're only interested in them as a potential prospect. People don't want to feel like they are your potential client. They want to feel like you're interested in them. Even if you're not, you better learn to fake it. I hate to say that because I don't want you to fake it.
Or just become interested in people.
Yeah, actually be interested, right? But when you're sending your messages, make sure that you, for example, we all get the, hey, I saw you on my suggestions for the second time and I thought it would be cool if we connect. something like that. I get that, I don't know, 10 times a day, 20 times a day, something like that. I get a lot. And I don't think the people who are sending it to me realize that I've read the same exact message from, 9 to 19 other people in a given day. You know what I mean? So don't sell them in the message. Don't send them a sales pitch as soon as they connect with you. Like, if you really want to be successful with social media, what you need to do is figure out a way to come across as you're trying to help them. Because you may even think that your pitch will help them, and it might. I'm not disputing the validity that your product or service could help the person that you're reaching out to, but you can't come across as that's the only thing that you care about, because they don't know you yet. You haven't earned any trust. I heard a great thing. Remember, we read a book, I think it's the 5 Love Languages, but you can correct me, about the you can't withdraw love from the love bank until you deposit some love. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have.
It may have been that one. I can't remember.
But anyways, whatever book it was, I remember this from when we were going through marital counseling and marital issues. You guys think we have a perfect marriage? We're far from perfect. We are a survivor story, not necessarily somebody to set the bar out. Anyways, okay. So I learned this lesson, and I heard it from somebody else recently as the networking thing, and I thought, man, that's brilliant. It's really brilliant. So what we're saying is, let's say you don't know me and you reach out and you send Ira a connection request. You can't expect me to care about you or want to buy from you. In other words, you can't ask me for a withdrawal from my account because you don't have any credit. So the best way to ask for a withdrawal is to make deposits. And I wouldn't say just make one. I would say make readily make multiple deposits. Here's a suggestion. And I don't care what platform you're on, whether it's Clubhouse, which is the newest one. And if you have a Clubhouse question, I'm happy to answer it. But Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them. What I suggest that you would do is engage with the folks in the comments of their posts, their blogs. You know what I mean? Like, talk to them about them. Be interested in them. And then you will find people like me will respond, and I'm going to look at your profile, and I'm going to start to engage with you, and I'm going to get to know you. And as soon as I like you, you won't have to pitch me anything, because I'm going to find out what you do. I'm going to try to figure out a way that we can network, win together, right? You win, I win, we all win. And that strategy helps me grow on every single platform.
And I do similar on Facebook, because, he's mentioned previously is I'm much more active on Facebook.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is,
frankly, better at Facebook. If you have Facebook advice, she's
I find it easier to engage with people in a genuine way than on LinkedIn. And so that's where I sort of tend to stay more.
Batman.
Oh, hey, Joe.
I love you, buddy. Hey, he's coming to us from Facebook.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And so on Facebook, I friend request people, or I, see something. I'm in groups. One of the things, and we maybe can talk about it sometime, is I've had breast implant illness. And so I'm in breast implant illness groups.
That would make a good.
When I connect with somebody in comments in there, I friend request them, and I just get to know them. And truthfully, there's so many people on my Facebook and stuff. I don't even remember how we got connected. Did I meet you at an event? Did I, was it from a group? I don't remember.
You see those posts sometimes where people go, "Tell me how we met," and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and so I just start seeing their posts. I start seeing their family. They see my family. And that's sort of the marketing.
This is all he cares about. This is the only reason he's here, because, in full disclosure, everybody, and I did, thank you very much, Batman. Joe is taking off on Clubhouse. And so Joe was showing me a tip on Clubhouse about how to, let's set the stage. And I have to be careful, Joe, how I say this, because I'm on LinkedIn and I can't teach people how to use LinkedIn, but I can teach people how to use Clubhouse. So I'm going to edit part of the story for LinkedIn Live to stay in the rules. But he created an event page to advertise a room that he was going to be moderating earlier today, a few days ago. And so he and I were talking on Zoom yesterday, and he showed me this social tap, and I thought, ooh, that's kind of cool. And it's like a bridge. It made it all made sense. So, anyways, I wouldn't have known about social tap as soon as I did without Joe. Joe not only told me about it, he showed it to me, he walked me through it. So, anyways, I did talk about that today.
He didn't give you props though.
Yes, I did.
Well, right now.
I did on the show.
You said that Joe showed you?
Yes. Because the guy Harold, that's his name, Harold Hasselbeck, he thought that I had met his partner on Clubhouse, his business partner. And I'm like, nope, I was shown by Joe. No. And I even said his name, whole name. Joseph
You
Steffi.
said it on the other show.
Yeah.
Not
this show. Yeah, that show. Not this show. That was the show he was talking about. And I even spelled your name out, brother, so that people could find you. I'm a good friend. That's the one time in history that Batman taught Superman anything. Because Superman rules and Batman rules. I'll grow up someday, but not today. All right. So, business advice. Again, networking. Treat people like people. If I could summarize it succinctly, treat people like people, not as a prospect, and you will go so much further. And there's your business to business sales advice for today.
Yeah. And if you are part of a MLM, direct sales, this is something, you know what, there's some companies out there that they actually teach their people to friend people and message them.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Well, don't spam them, right? Don't connect with somebody and hit them with an automated, hey, would you like to buy my product?
I don't care if it's automated. Even if you wrote it up, don't do it, because I can tell you, you know, I get friend requested, and especially because I am a director with Sensi, people then want to recruit me. And, you know, I friend request them, and I'll look, okay, who are they selling something?
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're selling something.
No, being in sales is not evil.
But when you then message me right away, I just accept it. It just comes off as tacky.
Yeah. And I've actually started to disconnect from people if you do that. Yeah, so just so you know, because like on the network, not to be mentioned because I can't teach you how to use it, rules, there's a limit, 30,000 folks, and I'm connected at the max, and I have been for a long time. So if a spot opens up and I add you and you waste your spot by spamming me, I just go to the next person. You're bumped out. I don't even give you a chance to like apologize if you have your automation set up and you didn't even do it, but it did it on your behalf, which is illegal, by the way, against their rules, not against the law. That makes sense, right? But anyways, it's against their policy.
And I don't tend to message people and ask them to join my team or to buy, unless, here's the one exception, if they're engaging a lot.
Well, that's the other
on my they're liking a lot of product pictures or this or that.
You got to use your common sense.
Then, you know what, I may reach out and say it.
But again, you're treating people like people there, because someone's expressed interest. Like if someone reaches out to me in a connection request and says, hey, I'd like to talk to you about, you know, building a website for me. Of course, I'm going to respond right away and say, okay, cool. Let's set up an appointment. You know, here's my calendar, because I have one of those Calendly links things, right? Which is now in my associate tab. Yeah, baby. So anyways, you can use that tool in a lot of different ways. But that's still treating people like people, because if someone gives you a specific request or shows buying signals and you're in sales, well, then it would be rude not to respond, right? So I'm not saying there's no case for it.
Yeah. Or even, you know what, if I see somebody, you know, truthfully, my sponsor for Sensi reached out to me because she saw that he was working 2 jobs, and I was talking about stuff, and she said, you know what, maybe you're looking for extra money. Now she obviously has watched me enough and she
knew about our situation.
She knew something about me. It wasn't,
that's a different situation. And it worked. Yeah. Even though I didn't want it to.
And I was her first director.
There you go.
I was actually one of her first team members. So that's our first or second.
And you're awesome. People buy from people. I feel like that's lyrics from a song, isn't it?
I think it's people
buy from people.
No, it's people who love people or something.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
People who need people. I don't know. That's the song my mom always.
No, there's an animated thing. Anyways, whatever. It's our life, y'all. So it's date night. Tip: happy wife equals happy life. Don't forget to date your wife or your spouse or whoever, right? Take time, make time. That's one of the blessings, the many blessings of COVID-19 on our family, which, we went through lots and lots of struggles. I don't want to go through the diatribe of the things that were bad for us, but one of the best things that came out of it, and we did get COVID-19, both of us did. And she got pneumonia, double pneumonia on top of it.
I'm still not. Oh, well.
Well, you're always going to be messed up in the head, but that's another story. But here we go. But what I'm saying is, one of the things that's been cool about COVID-19 is I eat with my family now pretty much every day, lunch and dinner. In full disclosure, I don't usually eat breakfast, so I don't do that.
But we haven't dated much because things have been
right.
Even right now, it's like, well, what's going to be open?
We're gonna find something. Like the other day, I wanted to take the whole family out. Right, my daughter's getting ready to leave, and I thought, let's go do something to celebrate.
Celebrate you leaving, yay!
Well, that come out wrong, but you know what I mean, right? To commemorate that it's special.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we ended up going to. It's like one step above Taco Bell, but we love it. And they have a patio, but then it's enclosed. I don't understand this. They won't let you eat inside, but they basically make it like it's inside. You know what I mean?
It's a tent.
It's a tent with heaters and lights, and there's no bugs or birds or any of that stuff. So I like it actually now. So, anyways, it's called Jose's if you're in the Inland Empire. Very good. And I could feed a family of 9 for $85, tax and everything. I mean, that's awesome. So, anyways, it's called Jose's. So we took her there, but it's like, okay, well, if we can do that, certainly we could find something. It may not be the high quality dates. Our high quality dates usually end up at Walmart.
You know what my favorite date was?
Walmart.
No. Yeah.
Every good date ends at Walmart.
Yeah, we've had quite a few.
Done that more than 10 times.
No, it was our the go-karts.
Yeah,
that was a fun date.
I think it was fun, but I think you beat me, didn't you?
I think I did at least once.
Yeah, that's messed up. Anyways,
yeah, but you know what? That was something we learned to date, because the first 10 years of our marriage, we didn't date,
and we had lots of problems. We actually, truth be told, we've almost had like 2 marriages the first 10 years, and then the second 10 years. The second 10 years have been much, much better. Not without drama, not without challenges, not without confrontations and all that stuff, but a lot different experience. So
yeah, but that was a huge takeaway that and it wasn't necessarily because we didn't want to date. It was, but we had little kids and concern about their safety and stuff. But we realized that that had to help. That had to happen to help our marriage. So.
100%, Mohammed. 100%, I can help you, and it's free help, and it's global help. You can get this wherever you are. It looks like you might be out of the country, which is totally fine. So in the UAE, in India, in Africa, I get these questions from people. Can I help you if you're not in the United States? Yes, I can. I'm not a magician. So you got to be careful. There's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing out there that'll tell you they'll help you, and then they ask you for money, and then they're not really going to help you. No money needed. You don't even have to have an account. There's no commercials. There's no ads. There's no third-party emails coming your way. Go to projecthelpyougrow.com. It's my philanthropy. We're in our 3rd year. We've helped hundreds of thousands of people. At least I should say it this way. We've had hundreds of thousands of visitors on our website. We have, I think, 23,000 followers on our LinkedIn business page. We have, I think, 36,000 followers on our hashtag, and that's just on LinkedIn. We also have a Facebook group. In fact, there's 2 different Facebook groups. And anyways, it's free help. What can you do there? You can look for job listings, although that's the least of what we help with. You should watch the videos. The videos are all one of 2 things. I have a podcast where I've brought in career experts, HR folks, business coaches, authors, resume writers, all kinds of different folks who will tell you about their expertise. And that's, again, free. Then I used to run a show on Mondays called Ask Ira, Job Seekers Q&A. And I did that for a while, but then all the questions basically were being repeated week in and week out. So I kind of ended the show. I'll bring it back if it becomes necessary. But I'll teach you how to, things like strategy, like how to write a resume or a CV, depending on where you're at, how to prep for an interview, non-traditional roles like fractional work. What is it? Things like informational interviews. How do you get better at something, or how do you land a job with no experience? I teach people how to search for a job like a sales pro. I teach freshers how to find a job with no experience. There's all kinds of lessons, how to network better, all kinds of lessons. It's all for free. It's there for you. ProjectHelpYouGrow.com. All you have to do is click, put Project Help You Grow in your browser of any kind, and it'll take you right there. Anyways, that will help you. And that is, again, it is 100% free. I have never taken a penny from anybody, and I will never take a penny from anybody. Why does that say private chat now? I've never seen that before. Weird. But I need to go back to the comments because I don't have any guests. Oh, here we go. Okay. So with that, we just passed our hour. Yay.
Date time.
Daytime, hot date. Come on. Now, next week, I don't know. Do we want to do shoulder shrugs? I mean, we should save some of these funny ones. Maybe we could do the breast implant one next time. Because I don't know how much of this I really want to explain, but I was kind of excited about the breast implant thing ahead of the time. But then it turned into a nightmare. So if anyone's out there and they're thinking about getting breast implants, we would tell you, don't do it. It's not worth it. No offense to anybody's have one, but my wife had them, and it could have cost her life. So we'll dive into that. That won't be a funny story, but that'll be hopefully something that will help you guys out. And then look, if you have any questions about MLM, you have any questions about Sensi, you have any networking advice that you want, or job seeker advice, look, we're an open book. Parenting advice, marriage advice. We could tell you from the good and the bad what to do and what to avoid. We can
tell you a lot of what not to do.
We can tell you probably more what not to do. But, anyways, our marriage has survived. Going to be 21 years in June. And so, if we can be a blessing to you or help.
And I still look 27, right?
Yeah, let's go with that. Honk, honk.
Going back to the 27.
Right, the cane.
Let me put my reading glasses on.
Right.
I didn't have these back then.
Right.
The kids love it when I do this.
Thank you very much, Muhammad. Best of luck to you in your job search. If you are connected to me on LinkedIn, send me a message, or even if you're not, you can send me a message. Let me know how I can help, what kind of role you're looking for, where you're looking for it at. I might know somebody that I can connect you with. I'm happy to do that. If I can be a blessing to you, I'd be happy to do that. Again, this is the show is called 8 is Enough. We have a little bit of banter. If you can't tell, we go back and forth, and I say strive for 9. My wife says 8 is enough. 8 is enough. That's
why I have that look on my face in that picture.
She actually hates this picture, in full disclosure, but I think it's hilarious only because of the name of the show, right? It's like she's putting her foot down. And I'm going to tell you, like, my sales skills going down because I used to be able to talk her into another baby pretty easily.
No, it wasn't always talked into. Sometimes it just seemed to
happen.
The twins, for one.
Well, let's talk about Ira sometime, shall we?
Let's not.
Or Marlena, if you'd like, because it hasn't always been my fault, everybody. Sometimes.
Anyways. You know what? I guess I like how you look, too.
True. That would be, no, we're not going to go there. We're going to stay away from those stories. But anyways, we will see you all next Friday. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.